All right. So, previously on Horrible D&D Time, the group finally made their way to Waterdeep. Once there, they split off from their new traveling companion, Estelle Brightwood, the half-elf sorcerer. The group started to make their way towards the address left to them by Captain Percy Silverton, the Blue Tiefling and member of the City Watch that they had met in Southwind Keep, who was investigating the Blade Brotherhood, the mysterious group that had been trying to capture Riley. On their way to the North Ward, they noticed a fire in the Trades Ward and watched as people began rushing with buckets to put it out. Upon arriving to the North Ward, though, they found instead a door locked with a man outside trying to get in, and this man looked quite a bit like Riley. The man introduced himself as Wesley Yseult, Riley's long-lost older brother. He had indicated that Captain Silverton was intended to be home already, and he was worried that the man was in trouble. Using Zelphine's lockpicking abilities, they managed to enter into the captain's home and found it empty, save for a loud, bounding, frog-mouthed griffin named Bernard, who tackled Eamon to the ground in a loving snuggle. Upon exploring the lower levels of the house, they found little to indicate where Captain Silverton could be located. Zelphine did, however, stumble upon an office filled wall to wall with notes and sketches linked together with red twine and pins on the exploits of the notorious Viper. Just as they were about to continue their investigation, however, they heard from the sending stone that they had gotten from the Brotherhood, "I've got your friend." Hearing this, Zelphine announced to the group that she intended to seek help. And that brings us to where we are now, with Wesley hyperventilating in the corner.
Brimstone has probably been helping him calm down.
Oh, yeah, Brim has, and Riley's been just kind of holding on and giving him some head pats.
Zelphine is pacing.
Eamon is doing the same soothing thing, but to Bernard. It's okay, we'll find him. He'll be alright, okay?
Well, I don't know if we asked last time when the last time that anybody had seen him was. I can't remember if we'd asked Will.
You haven't asked when anybody where you had last seen him. We basically ended on Zelphine saying the name of the organization she was planning to seek out.
Yup.
So,
which was, I think she said that last time.
Yep.
She did say it, and then we ended, so people reacting to that can happen now.
Are you
serious? Will hear that name and go, who?
Pretty much. And that is where Wesley started hyperventilating more, because he had just heard the name of the group.
Whoa. Wesley, breathe. Yeah. Why do we... Breathe slowly. Who are the Bragendarth?
Wesley, do you know how to breathe?
Not always!
You know what, fair?
Seriously though, what's the issue?
They're assassins.
Ah.
Not all of them, to be fair, but a good chunk of them, yes. They're drow mercenaries.
Okay, yeah, not all the Zentrum are criminals, but, generally speaking, people you want to steer clear of.
As a Zent, at least as far as the city of Waterdeep goes, I will say the Bragendarth are still way better than us. By a lot. By a significant margin.
So, how exactly are we going to get the services of the Bragendarth?
By going straight to the top.
Oh, I mean, that's like what we usually end up doing in some form, is just fucking saying fuck it to all circumstance or ceremony and just barging into someone's office. So I'm game for it.
Are you... how are you going to find the leader of the Bragendarth? Just curious.
Oh, trust me, he's a lot easier to find than you think.
Try telling that to the City Watch.
Are we
Question,
do we need to
does
track him?
Does Eamon know who the leader is? Like, is this public knowledge?
I don't think it is public knowledge.
If he knows who the Bragendarth are, he would probably know who the leader is. It's just not widely known that they are there in Waterdeep, and especially not that he is also there.
I didn't realize that the Bragendarth were even in Waterdeep, but do we really want to give them a position of even like greater? Like, I don't want to position them well with like. Eamon's kind of stew for a bit.
Look, and she's gonna look over at Wesley for a second. It's like, I know this was probably gonna be hard for you, but don't tell your blue friend what you've just heard. And she'll look over at Eamon and say, the Open Lord knows he's here, if that makes you feel any better.
It does not make me feel better. That makes me feel worse.
Wesley's knees give out and he grabs onto Brim as he topples a bit.
Brim holds him like, okay, well, I'm gonna point out,
Bernard, can you please get Wesley a chair?
And he bounds over. You hear like a crash noise, and then he drops a chair on the ground. It's covered in Griffin's saliva.
I'm for leaving Bernard and Wesley here so they don't get, I think that we probably want to leave them here together.
Honestly, I'm not for leaving anybody on their own right now.
Okay.
Well, I
will also point out that in the case of the longer we delay about what we do, the fewer options we have in the long run. So if we're gonna go for these people, we probably should start, making our way wherever we need to go soon.
Well, I mean, I do know a place where Wesley and Bernard can hide out fairly low key until this blows over. Bernard, you know where my brother's apartment is, right? Korg, the guy who plays the guitar, long hair, pointy shoulder pads.
It prances a bit.
Do we all just have long lost brothers? Is that
what do you mean long lost? I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, to be fair, it does sound like he knows where he is. So.
Eamon pulls out like a picture of his brother and like Eamon, and they're just like having a beer together. They're having a great time.
It's signed and like fancy flowing stuff.
And there's like a date and everything.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I had this painted. Yeah, we posed for this because we love each other.
Sylvain just looks at it and is like, "Whoa, your brother is that Korg?"
Yeah, that Korg.
Never heard of him. But is this place safe?
Fucking oof. Ooh.
No, in fairness, I've pulled the same thing on my brothers several times. I think that joke never gets old. It's actually really funny. I would be laughing right now were it not for the circumstances.
I'm sorry. I'm using sass to cope. You're absolutely right. Is his place safe though?
It is very safe, although it smells a little bit like fey weed.
I'll take it.
Okay. So why don't we I think that sounds like we escort these two to Korg's place and then go where we need to go from there. In the meantime, you can fill me in on the terms Bragendarth and Open Lord of Waterdeep.
All right.
Yeah, also fill me in because I must have missed that.
And we need to stay on the main roads.
Oh yeah, no question.
That would be the best idea. Yes.
Okay. Don't you worry, Wesley. We are super good at finding people.
We really are, actually.
And mediocre at everything else.
Yep.
Okay, well.
But find. Well, no. I mean, let's not sell ourselves too strong out the gate here. Like, we are really good at finding people.
After that,
windows. We are like, if there's a window involved, hell yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we jump straight out of those bitches.
Starting fires. We're good at starting fires.
I led an army.
Oh dear.
I mean, that's you. I'm talking about us as a group.
You get a gold star, Eamon.
And I know I have probably not endeared myself to you by invoking the name of the Bragendarth, but trust me, they're going to be our best bet here, and I know that they're going to help us.
He kind of like pulls a face and then looks over at Riley and then back to you and goes, well, you've looked after my sister for this long, so I think I'll trust you for now.
I'll take that.
We take
that is an excellent start. We'll go from there.
These people are like family to me, so yeah. If anything, you can definitely trust them. And and this girl is technically was supposed to bring me to the Brotherhood, but she didn't.
We don't.
Okay.
Look, I'm not going to.
Good.
No intention.
Yeah, we're friends now.
I can't believe she was this close to finding her, though. This is a lot worse than I thought.
So, Wesley, I'm
Okay.
gonna save you a whole lot of trouble just going forward as we're walking out and going towards Korg's. Just our sort of strategy generally is to plunge headfirst into whatever's in front of us, so we don't do a lot of. We kind of just assume that we're probably going to get involved in whatever's going on, and something's going to inevitably go wrong. Just to save yourself a little bit of just internalize that, accept it going forward. It'll make things a lot easier for you and your blood pressure in the long run.
Brimstone, you are so terrible at talking to, just stop.
I just don't want him to have a heart attack every time something happens, you know?
Okay, but there's a but.
We're all still here. That's the butt.
Yep.
And then Delphine's gonna pull Riley's hood over her head as they leave.
Just goes, ow! My horn.
Can we lock up? Zelfin, you can
stay
lock up, right?
Yeah, I'll lock up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
Roll me a thievery's tool to try and relock the door.
I feel like this is a lower DC.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
She's just she just tries a minute and she's just like, no one's in there anyway.
She just slams it.
Well, what happens is your thieves' tools get stuck, and no matter how you jostle them, the door's locked now, but also your thieves' tools are stuck in the door.
Honestly, perfect, because now nobody else can pick it open either.
Yep.
That's what I wanted to happen. That's exactly what she says, too. She watches the pick, break with part of it still stuck in the lock, and she just goes, that's what I wanted, and walks
This is
away.
my intended move. This was what I wanted to happen. Yes.
So, yeah, FYI, if you want to, pick any more locks, you're going to have to pick up another lockpick set.
Yep, I'm gonna make a note of that. That's fine. She'll steal one from Jarlaxle. It's fine.
You really want to steal from Jarlaxle?
She's gonna make a deal with him, and then she's just to be a bitch. She's just gonna be throw in a lockpick set. I know you have one.
So, while we're walking to Korg's place, I'm assuming you guys can fill Brim in on the Open Lord and the Breaking Dark, etc., etc.
Riley too, please.
Yeah, actually what I would want to do first is while we've still got Wesley with us, I want to ask him what he knows about Radiance.
Ooh, yes.
He, kind of makes a face and goes, well, I suppose I should ask you what you know so I can elaborate on that.
Assume nothing. Alright, so we found... Here's what we know. We know she's after Riley. We don't know why. We have a sending stone of hers, so we know she's a bitch. That's it.
Does it?
That's, not a lot to go on. You know that they've been looking for her. That's about all you know then? Okay.
We know that they target tieflings and other non-humans, and that they are in opposition to an organization called the Hunter's Claw.
Yeah, the Hunter's Claw are becoming a nuisance as well for the Watch. All right. So, I'm going to be honest, this is going to be a bit of a story. I'm going to have to start with the beginning, I guess. When I was little, Mom and Dad and we all lived with a handful of others, tieflings, half-elves, a few others that had nowhere else to go. Barely even 20 people. And we were all people that ran away, got hurt somehow by society and humans. All the
Where
like.
did you live?
We lived in the sewers of Waterdeep.
Okay. Brimstone breathes a
Yikes.
sigh of relief.
It wasn't the Blade Brotherhood yet. It was just a handful of people that were mistreated, and we all promised to make sure nothing like that ever happened to anyone like us. I guess you could have called them vigilantes. At the time, though, I was just a kid. I thought they were heroes. And then there was her, Radiance. A woman who was so beautiful, but had a scar on her face that was caused by humans that treated her poorly. She used to sing me lullabies and tell me one day she'd fix everything wrong with the world. I believed her. I didn't hear the malice behind those words at the time. I could tell things changed after Riley was born. People were no longer the joking family that wanted to help protect others. People became sharper and angrier. Then one day, out of the blue, Mother and Father came to me in a panic. Riley wrapped up in a bundle and all her belongings shoved into a bag. They rushed me awake and we started running. They told me not to ask questions, just to go. So I did. Left everything behind. Watched the terror on my parents' faces as we just ran. They dropped Riley off at an orphanage south of Waterdeep. Promised to return soon. And then we kept going. They dropped me off at a boarding school near Daggerford. And they promised they'd be back. When they didn't come back to pick me up, when the school ended, I was taken in by one of the professors there. She and her wife watched over me for a while, but it became apparent as the years rolled on that Mom and Dad weren't coming back for me. Did they abandon me? Did something horrible happen to them? I bounced between feeling so angry at them and this intense guilt and worry that they might be dead. It wasn't until I was 16 that I got my answer. Riley, our auntie, Lilac, she came to me, cloaked in the garb of the Brotherhood, and she told me that since I left, our little family became the Blade Brotherhood. The organization became an organization. More armed, more cultish. People had began thinking Radiance could do no wrong, that she was some kind of savior that would save them from their pain, bring some kind of utopia for people like us. And after we left, they had found Mother and Father dead, and Radiance had told the Brotherhood that the Hunter's Claw had slaughtered them. It just fueled the group's fanaticism even more. Recently, though, Lilac had found out it wasn't the Hunters. It was Radiance herself that killed Mother and Father. She killed them because they ran away with you. I don't know why, but they refused to give up where you were, Riley, and, well, fuck. Oh. Well, then I decided that the Brotherhood had to be stopped. I don't know what they plan to do with Riley or any of that, but I came here to Waterdeep and joined in the Watch in a position in the archives, hoping to look up any information I could find on what she was even planning to do and stop her. I wasn't even planning on bringing anyone else into this, but then the Brotherhood began showing up more and more, and so did the Hunter's Claw. There's been skirmishes between the two throughout the city. So I decided to go to Captain Silverton. I really don't know what to do. But she can't get Riley. She can't. Whatever she's planning, it's going to be something disastrous.
Well, one thing's for sure, I am not a fan of this Radiance person. Holy shit. Riley needs to take a fucking moment.
Yeah, and, like, Wesley's, like, shaking by the end of his story, and he, like, tries to, like, keep his hands together to stop them from shaking.
Riley, like, holds on to his hands. And in a way, kind of, like, trying to, like, support him, but also trying to, like, keep herself from freaking out.
Yeah. Yeah, he just lets you do that. I wish I was faster at finding you, Riley. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I was in a whole other place. There's no way you would have been able to find me. It's okay. Not to mention other dimensions, but that's a whole nother story.
Oh, yes, we'll have to have a long talk, I suppose, after this.
For what it's worth, the most important thing is that for a while Riley wasn't here at all. So whatever that means for their plans or like people looking for her, that might be important to know. That she was just somewhere completely different.
Yeah. Like, the only thing I remember Mom and Dad saying is that Radiance can't get her hands on Riley. Not again. And I don't know what that meant. They never told me what that meant.
Yeah, what does that mean? Because I don't... Actually, wait, let me do a roll. Can I do a roll to see if I remember, like, anything, like, subconsciously?
Oh, yeah, do the Rapunzel, put your hand up to the wall, think about
yes! Suddenly realize that you've drawn this symbol for your whole life and like, oh, shit.
Yeah,
That part is so dumb. I love that movie, but damn, that part is so dumb. Would that be like a history check or an insight?
Let me have a look at the skills, because I feel like history's not correct here.
My history, I don't know.
I feel like maybe insight would be the best one out of our options.
Yeah, I think insight.
Because you're trying to remember something, not necessarily like recall a memory.
Yeah.
Or
right.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yeah. You, like, get a flash in your head of this smile looking down on you as bright colors swirl. And you, like, reach out and grab this small spark with your hand, and it glows and, like, goes all the way down your arm. Your little baby arm. But then the, like, image ends. That's all you can recall.
Riley just kind of shivers a bit.
So,
yeah,
oh, go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I don't know what that means at all. Don't know what she wants from me, but man, it would have been great if that freaking portal didn't bring me here, like to this place. Apparently, we're supposed to be here, but I shouldn't be here.
I don't know what that means.
And once again,
one way or
long story. We'll have coffee. We'll have a chat.
Yeah, we'll have some family soup and catch up. One way or another, that portal decided that the best thing to do for us would be to throw us in the middle of what sounds like a war where both sides suck.
Yeah, basically.
That tends to be the case with wars. There's no good
Skyrim?
Side.
Sorry.
What can you say about the Hunter's Claw? Have they been involved? Do you know anything about them in relation to the Blade Brotherhood?
They've been skirmishing in the streets. Usually everything's broken up by the time the Watch can get a hold of them, but the Hunter's Claw has been campaigning, I guess the word might be, in different areas of mostly human settlements, trying to in the richer districts, they say that non-humans are the cause of, like, problems in the city, and then in lower income districts, they've been trying to convince the people there that all of their problems, their poverty, is the problem of people like us, and it's really convincing for a lot of them.
Oof.
Do you know if they're based in the city at all?
No, I think they're based up north, but I heard one of their higher up members. He's been in the Sea Ward lately, smoozing with some of the richer nobles.
Okay. Well, that's a problem for another time, but might be good to keep in mind that there is another faction.
That's not what I meant to do. And F. Yeah, his name is Tyrell Bladestone.
Tyrell Bladestone. I'm gonna record that name because that might be important for me to know.
Real
He's a
piece
leader
of
of the
work.
Hunter's Claw.
I'm not sure if he's the leader, but he's definitely higher in the ranks. He's claims to have killed more beasts than any man in the city.
He's gonna look at Brimstone, and it's like he's gonna shake, and then Eamon's just gonna shake his head.
Sounds like a cool dude.
Oh yeah, like one look at him, blonde hair, blue eyes, dashing looking hero. He's a complete asshole.
Yeah, sounds like a real fuckwad.
Do those features sound familiar to Brim?
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That you vividly remember the man that branded you had blonde hair and blue eyes and he looked like someone out of a hero's tale.
Holy shit.
Brim is going to get very quiet, and the only thing... Oh, go ahead. Sorry, you weren't finished.
Yeah, I was just going to say he looked like a hero, but had a sinister smile on his face as he did the deed to you.
He'll very quietly just say, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, he's the kind of man that I tend to avoid interacting with, and, being part of the archives in the Watch, I don't actually get to see too many of these people. Up close, anyways.
Let's just make our way to Korg's place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume we've been heading down the high road.
Yeah.
At this point to the southern ward? Is that where he lives, Dan?
Yeah, Korg lives in basically like a crappy apartment. Well, like a lower middle class apartment, essentially, that he and Eamon share. It's big enough. Eamon, you hear him mutter something like, I wonder if my pet crab is doing okay. Hope he's been feeding him.
A pet crab?
Yeah, I have a pet crab.
Aw, pet crab.
His name is Sheldon.
Perfect.
Yeah, did you guys take the public transit again down to the southern ward, or were you guys just walking?
Were we
Go ahead.
If there was still a dray running, then Zelfine would have probably recommended they go ahead and take it.
Yeah. I think it's getting pretty late, so that's probably the last one that would go by.
Okay, let's take it then.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you'd seen hardly anybody else on any of those things at this time of night. It's just one sleepy drunk at the corner.
How long does it take?
I think we said last time it was either 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah, and it takes about that, and to explain the whole conversation between Wesley and everybody. And as you pass by the trades ward, you see that it is calmed down. There is still remains of smoke in the air, and still smells a bit like campfire, but you don't see people rushing about anymore.
Hopefully the fire brigade took care of it.
Can I get an hour or two in of reading during this time?
You can get an hour in.
Okay.
Not 2.
Because there was some talking, yeah.
But also, it's enough time to watch Matrix Reloaded.
Oh, yeah.
DVD. But, also with that fire, is there a way to, see, where that fire came from, or are there too many buildings in the way?
There's too many
Is there a way-
buildings in the way. If you were going to
Bummer.
go investigate, you'd have to get out and walk around.
Yeah, get out and investigate. All right.
Zelphine
We'll
will,
leave it.
the guy, assuming there's a guy, at the end of the dray collecting fares as you get on, she will just kind of like, are we on the top or in the lower floors? What do you guys say? Are we like inside the dray or sitting on the open top?
It's like a double-decker bus.
Probably
Yeah.
lower floors, I think.
Probably the lower? Okay. So then she'll just kind of like lean over to the guy since that's the floor he's standing on and just be like, sir, do you happen to know anything about there was a fire in the trades ward earlier today?
Well, sure, honey. I saw that there was a fire. I heard that some poor woman's shop got lit on fire. They're saying that someone from the Hunter's Claw might have done it. Heard because she was a half-elf, they were like going after people.
Eamon's eyes kind of widen. Do you know what kind of shop it was?
No, I think they said it was a hat shop of some description. I
What
don't
about the
really know.
owner?
Well, I heard she was out of town at the time and just came home to it.
Shit.
Zelphine will look over at Eamon and tell him the watch will take care of her for now at least. But we will definitely deal with that as soon as we can, okay?
Yeah.
I better.
Brimstone is just in the back, not saying anything, kind of looking down.
Well, shoot, man. You know that there's so much people just being upset over each other. And it's like, I don't understand why they gotta be so upset.
Shoot.
Well, shoot.
Yeah, Waterdeep's not exactly the city for them. Thank you, sir.
No problem, ma'am. Yep.
Yeah, just dumb. Anyway.
I bet the watch will do something about them soon. I know it.
Yeah, we should once we get all this settled, definitely check
Yeah,
up on
lots-
Estelle, see how she's
Lots of bridges to cross. We just gotta do it in order.
doing. Yep.
All right.
One at a time.
Are we at Korg's place yet, or Eamon's place yet, or whatever? Are we at the Blood Axe family apartment?
Yeah, eventually you pass the trades ward and go through the southern ward again. Basically the same way you came back in on the way in. And you go down one street and then another and you find the old Blood Axe apartment. Not the most exciting building on the outside, but you know that there's always a party on the inside.
His creamy center.
This creamy center of the building, yes.
Full of orc boys.
Creamy orc voice.
Is that bad? No! I regretted saying that.
It's there now.
It's there in the universe and I hate it.
You've done this to yourself.
I done this to myself.
So let's go to the creamy orc boys.
No. Don't call your brother that.
All right.
Oh god,
so
is that his band?
Oh my god. Okay, you know what? Yes.
Korg
doesn't
and the
have-
creamy
first
orc
of all-
voice.
First of all, he doesn't have a band. He's a solo act.
If he
That's
did
fair.
have a band, though. If he did have a band.
He just
Call
calls
them
it.
the creamy
The
orc
band
boys.
is just called Blood Axe because it's just him and some other people that he occasionally.
That's metal
brings
enough by
with
its
him.
on itself.
Exactly. Why? Like it's like why would you improve on perfection? It's
Creamy
fair.
orc
name
boys
is
is
Blood
metal
Axe.
as fuck. I don't understand.
Boy, Kate is really, really fucking trying to sell this as the title of the episode. I can fucking tell.
You know what? Out of context, that's where the fucking clickbait comes in. Alright?
Creamy orc voice.
Yeah, we gotta get the good SEO.
All right, so they're gonna go up to the apartment.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, apartment
Uh-huh.
time. No more.
You kind of have to probably nudge Brim along occasionally.
Yeah, there's probably like 4 flights of stairs that they need to walk up or something.
Yeah, and they all creak.
Bernard just tiptoeing up these stairs like,
Bernard, why don't you just fly up outside?
Yeah, he would try to like fit through the door and he doesn't quite fit, so yeah, he starts like climbing up the side of the building.
Oh no. Bernard, no.
Bernard better not eat my crab, I swear.
He just might.
And yeah, you get up to the door.
Eamon is going to reach into his pocket, pull out some keys, and open the door. And inside, lo and behold, it's not the cleanest apartment. It's a little bit messy, but you can tell that since Eamon has been gone, there hasn't really been as much going on, so it's not as dirty as it normally is. There's like a faint whiff of some strange herb smell. You're not exactly sure what it is.
oh, we know what it is.
Yeah. There's like a little. It's the weed. There's like a little tub in the corner, and in that it's like maybe a little smaller than a kiddie pool, like a wash tub, and inside there's like a duck with a pink bow tied around its neck. And next to that there is an aquarium with a crab that looks just a little bit too big for the aquarium.
Oh, it's more than a little too big. It's like it doesn't fit in the aquarium anymore. It's flopped, its claws are flopped over the side. It is
That's a big crab.
It has grown substantially since the last time that you have seen Sheldon.
This was 2 weeks ago. Eamon's kind of shocked at that, actually. Hey, Sheldon. You got bigger there, I see.
Its like little eyes like turn to you, and it starts going snip, 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 snip with its claws.
I'm just gonna...
Excitedly. You know that he does this when he's happy to see you.
Eamon's gonna like lift Sheldon out of the aquarium, and he's gonna like try and find like a wash tub or something, and then he's gonna put Sheldon into the wash tub and fill it with water.
He goes snip, 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 even faster. He's excited.
Okay, that's a temporary fix for now, Sheldon. Wow, you have gotten very large. Is Korga awake or asleep? Because if it is night, then he would probably be getting up to perform soon.
Yeah, you hear like something smash in the other room, and then like thump, 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 and as this big half-orc runs into the room and goes, "Brother, you're home!" and runs over and picks you up and swings you around, basically.
Yeah, you are surprised. Korg, for every bit as like tall and bulky Eamon is, Korg is even bigger and bulkier, despite being the younger brother.
Nice.
Brother! Korg, it's good to see you. Please put me down. How are you?
You have been gone for so long, brother. I have waited on bated breath for you to return. 6 months is such a long time.
6 months? I thought it was like 2 weeks.
You like start to like think about it now. You're like, it was fall when you left. It's summer now.
Oh my god. Sorry, I got caught up in a bit of a Dread Realm situation.
I'm gonna
go brother, that is funny. Dread Realms.
Well, Korg
you must tell me all about that.
Korg actually has been to a Dread Realm before.
Oh yeah. And he's just like, that's great.
I'm gonna go keep watch. The smell in here is a little too much for me.
Yeah, it's a little dank in here. I'm gonna like go let Bernard in through the window, I guess.
Yes.
So this is Wesley. He needs a place to lay low for a while. If that's all right with you.
Haha! Hello, friend! And he like wraps his arm around Wesley, and he's like twice the size of Wesley, and Wesley like goes like rigid and goes, hello, sir. He goes, you don't have to call me sir, you little one. Come, I got something exciting to show you. And like picks him up, basically one-handed, and like swings him over his shoulder, and he goes, ah! I've got all kinds of delicious snacks to share. I've got the munchies.
I bet you have one piece.
Korg is a very affectionate guy. Very Look, he lived among orcs for a while. He's very physical in how he expresses his feelings towards others.
Like him.
Sir, I must let you know right now that I'm asexual and I will not have anything. Oh, you're just so funny. Come, let's have some snacks. And drags him into the other room.
Oh my god.
Korg's not horny. He's just hungry.
He's just hungry. He thinks this is funny.
Snacks.
Yeah, but Sylvain's gonna let Bernard in through the window if she can.
Yeah, you hear like scritch, scritch at the door.
If Zelphine is looking out the window, I think at this point she might see Brim in the street, in the middle of the street, holding the porcelain mask in one hand and just kind of pacing.
All right, Korg. We're gonna leave for a while. Thank you for feeding Sheldon.
Yeah, he's gotten quite big over the last little while. Such a hearty fellow.
That's a little concerning, not gonna lie.
Are you sure he wasn't a giant crab when you got him and he was just a baby?
Eamon's gonna pause for a second and look at Sheldon. You know, that is almost definitely what happened, actually. Okay. No, that is probably what happened, now that I think about it.
He has been very excitable on the walks I take him every night.
I'm glad you've been Wait, you've been walking him?
Yes!
Okay.
What else am I supposed to do with a pet? You take pets for walks, yes?
Okay.
I mean,
well,
you know what? Keep on it. Keep at it, Korg.
Here is another pet who also needs to lay low here for just a little bit.
Yeah, you hear this thump,
back.
thump, thump as, he wanders in the house and goes, Wah! And he goes, a big furry friend! And feathers!
I imagine Korg and Bernard probably are already acquainted.
Yes. Yes, Bernard! Come here, my good furry, fuzzy, feathery friend! Yes! We got lots of munchies, let us go eat!
Okay, so you do know not to give him any of the, and then they, as they walk off into the kitchen to go get food, no weed, he will rampage. Okay.
Come on, Korg is a responsible... Korg is a responsible pet owner. Look at Medley. I imagine Medley's just swimming in a circle.
Just Medley's the one pristine part of this apartment is the area around this duck in this little basin.
Oh yeah, it is immaculate. The bow is just the most perfect bow you've ever seen around its neck.
Okay, I actually do feel very good about this, as a matter of fact. Okay, well, we still have work to do. The carnival is probably just wrapping up now, so we should probably head on down. It would be our best chance to get an audience.
Sounds good. Ugh.
Yeah. All right, Korg. Good luck. And are you performing tonight anywhere?
I was going to busk tonight, but I think it's getting a little late, actually. I meant to get up earlier. I think I'll be just staying here for the night.
All right, keep on keeping on. And just in case you need it, Eamon is going to leave 10 gold pieces and say, this is for rent. And then he's going to put another 10 gold pieces. And this should cover all the time I've been away.
Ah, yes, that's great. Next time you're going to have to tell me before you get sucked into a dread realm. They tend to eat up so much time.
I know. Eamon's going to whisper to his friends, Korg's not usually like this. I think he's maybe had a little more than he can handle.
I mean, I like him. I feel good about, leaving these people who are in trouble here. It's going to be great.
Korg's a very, very accomplished fighter, you should know.
No, I mean, I know that sounded sarcastic because that's just how I talk, but I'm being very sincere right
Okay.
now.
Honestly,
Alright.
I think he could probably hug any assassins to death. So I think I could trust this guy.
Not
Yeah,
only
legitimately,
could
I
he,
think he
he
would just, like,
has.
break them in half.
He
Honestly, yeah.
has done that.
Oh, well, hey, my guess was right.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
All right.
No, they'll go out and find Brimstone out in the street.
As he sees them approaching, he'll put the mask back in his bag and go, "Oh, okay. Ready to go on to this wherever we're going next."
Didn't
Before
Zelphine have
we
that
go.
mask, actually? I think it was in the bag
No,
of...
no, Brim had the mask, Zelphine has the ring.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
we go, Riley is actually going to give. I don't know if she figured that out, but Oh, I'm making a character choice. Fuck it. Riley is going to give Wesley her staff, and she's going to say, "Hey, inside this thing is actually a letter from our dad. So, I don't know how to get it open. You could probably just have Korg just break it over his knees. That's what Eamon did. But
Well, I'm assuming it's like, did you mend it back together? I thought it was still broken.
yes, Riley did mend it back together.
Okay. Yeah, no.
I didn't know she mended it with the note inside.
But it's like now mended with the staff, so now it's like, oh shit.
Nah.
But metagaming, there's a mechanism to open it, but Riley never thought to
Yeah, no.
like do it.
He'll take the staff and like his eyes will light up and he will like click the mechanism up on the edge there and it just like the bottom shoots out and he pulls out the paper.
Riley goes, "What the fuck?"
Oh, I just broke it in half.
Yeah.
Oh. That's
what
certainly
that's how
one
we
way
do.
to open this. But there's a button, see? And he like points out the mechanism. It's like a small little indent.
That's
Oh,
like
man.
very obvious. How did we not notice that?
Because you
That makes me
didn't
the
roll to
muscle of our
investigate it.
Yep.
Because if I recall, the staff, Amy broke the staff to demonstrate to Riley that the magic was inside of her the entire time.
Yeah, like
So it was less investigating staff and more of, you don't need the stick.
yeah,
Oh
pretty
shit,
much.
there's something inside of it though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
But yeah. Okay, so Riley does give that letter to Wesley and just goes, "Maybe this'll be a clue? I don't really know."
Well, it's nice to have something of Dad's hand, at least. I'll have a look over it, see if it gives me anything. Thank you.
Yeah, stay safe, bud.
You too.
Well-
I just met you again. I don't want to lose you again.
I know it's gonna be a short time. It's okay. I really want to catch up because I don't want us to be strangers anymore.
And what if you see Radiance? No matter what she tells you, she's lying.
Yeah, I know, but she sounds like a total asshole. I do not trust her at all.
She can't get you. Don't. And he like looks at the rest. He goes, "Don't let her get Riley."
Don't intend to.
not on my life.
Okay, that's word of a paladin. Perfect.
We don't break oaths.
No, you don't. If you do, then
You're not a paladin.
You're not a paladin anymore. You lose all your powers.
Riley gives Wesley a quick hug.
Yeah, he gives you a hug too, and his face is like at your neck level. He's so small.
Yeah. He's so small. Riley's so tall.
Tiny baby older brother.
He is baby.
It's honestly same with Eamon and Korg.
All right, and then yeah. So let's head on down, meet up with Brim.
Yeah, he puts the mask away and sees y'all coming in. He seems very he seems pretty upset but like, and he's kind of distracted, and you see the other person like, okay, let's go going where we're going next. I like your brother, Amy. He seems like a good guy. I got a good vibe from him, even though the house stunk, and yeah.
Yeah, well, he's not usually that animated, but I think he's been, well, I don't know. We don't pick our
He's high as
relatives.
a kite, isn't he?
He is high as a kite.
Yeah.
Like,
Eamon,
very,
I have
very
a dog nose, Eamon. I can smell it on him.
Look,
It's very rank.
we're about to go rescue a cop. I don't want him to get in trouble.
I mean, it's not illegal to own or to use, just as long as he ain't selling it.
What about growing it?
Don't tell anyone.
There we
You
go.
can't get arrested.
Riley's just gonna kind of go and say, "Hey, Brim, are you okay? You seem kind of off."
Yeah. No, I'm okay. I just got a thing to do, and I'm okay.
Yeah, but be sure not to push yourself, I guess. But hey,
Oh no! This is the most comfortable I've been in a while in the city. Like, not roughing it with the city streets.
Hey, Brimstone, if there's something wrong, you can always tell us.
I know.
A party that is not there for each other is no party at all.
I think we should. Well, I mean, we should probably go and see about saving this blue guy.
Yeah, that's really important.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that. But we're here for you.
I know.
All right.
Yeah.
Can we
Alright.
speed through using public transportation this time?
What? I got Matrix Revolution on DVD.
Okay, we're gonna travel by map and just zip over to the dock ward.
We're gonna fast travel.
Yeah, the dock ward's not too far, so you could even walk it and it wouldn't
What's-
take too much time.
What's the tips that we get on the fucking fast travel loading screen? What kind of tips do we get?
Don't die.
Money can be exchanged for goods and services.
Press A to talk.
It's all your
Yeah.
fault.
Oh shit! Don't.
All of this
Oh,
could have
like
been
close
prevented
to
if
the
you had
game.
just redacted.
Yep. It's like the horror game load screens.
And then the last one is just like a regular tip, like, you can decide whether you divine smite or not after an attack hits. Consider saving one for a nasty critical hit.
Remember,
Like-
sneak attack is once per turn, not once per round.
Use the D20 for every roll. Almost
just-
every roll.
You
Or
just,
just
I
for
don't,
whatever.
I don't fucking know how to deal with you, you fucking barbarian bloodhunter bastard. Just figure it out. If you don't know how to play this character, you shouldn't have rolled him up this way.
Yep. That's 100%.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
Use twin spell more. You have it, you dingus.
Remember, if you're not raging, you have the same amount of a normal amount of health. Raging gives you basically double the health.
Shit, that's a good tip.
DM tip: hit Riley more.
Hey,
No.
mean. I'm a
Unacceptable.
paper bag. Don't hit me. My AC shit.
I'm assuming we also left socks there, I think. do you
Oh
think?
yeah, I think Wesley's holding on to socks for sure. 'Cause
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riley wants to bring
That's
socks
like
with.
the last image you see is like socks curled up in his arms.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess we fast forward our way through to we're walking at this point because there's no more public transport. So we fast forward our way to the carnival. You said.
Yep, should be leading them to the Sea Maidens Fair.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Could you ping on the map where you think they might be docked?
I don't remember exactly which one it is, but if I had to guess, let me see. He's got.
Doesn't he have two?
He's got
Yeah,
three.
he's got. I'm
Does he
gonna
have-
say he's got 3, but two of them are docked and one's out in the harbor.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'm gonna say probably. Why won't it let me ping? Okay, so the dock that's shaped like a T.
Okay.
Keep
Like,
Down here.
hold
Like
on.
that one there.
That one, yes. I don't know why it wouldn't let me ping, but that's the one. I'm just gonna arbitrarily decide that one, because he's got 2 big ships docked and an even bigger one, like, out in the harbor a little ways.
Yeah. So
And
yeah.
the carnival gets set up on the dock, so that one looks big enough, so...
Yeah, that one does look the biggest. Have enough space for the carnival. But yeah, as you walk through the dock ward, it is the seedier part of town. You see more ne'er-do-wells kind of hanging about, chatting. You see, like, in the alleyway, some people playing dice. And you see more of those posters hanging around for the Blade Brotherhood and some for the Hunter's Claw. But there is less of the Hunter's Claw in this area. And the ones that are there have been vandalized.
Hey, this one has a mustache on it.
Some of them have mustaches. Some of them say, like, racist pig on them.
Do any of them have, like... all of them have, like... I can't remember the actual the place that was led to by the previous ones, but I've seen to remember that there was a place that they all pointed to, correct?
The Blade Brotherhood ones?
I think the Hunter's Claw ones had one, didn't they?
The ones on the Hunter's Claw is somewhere up in the North Ward.
Okay.
I like that.
And the Blade Brotherhood had somewhere in the South Ward, I think, right?
It was in the Dock Ward.
In the dock ward, yeah. Ye old grape for that one.
Yeah, ye old grape.
Zelfine's got that one written down.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And for reference, the one on the Hunter's Claw is the Gentleman's Hunters Club.
Ah.
Very
Horrifying.
cool. Cool
Nerds.
name, asshole. Yeah.
Zelfine's just gonna roll her eyes seeing all of the vandalized posters. Like, yeah, that shit was never gonna fly down here.
The symbol of the Hunter's Claw is pretty prominent on those posters, right?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
And Brim's got his all covered up, right, at this point? Because he's wearing
At this point, he does have it covered up, yeah.
Yeah. He used to have it exposed to the world.
Yeah.
Now he wears a
Now it's all
shirt, and
covered
it's
up.
shocking and weird.
Shit. Riley is perturbed.
Schrodinger's ditty.
And yeah, you make your way to the dock.
Sorry,
and...
did you say Schrodinger's titty?
Yeah.
I
Okay. Thanks for the title of the episode, I guess.
Oh,
I
no!
thought we topped it with. What was it, Brother Orc Cream or whatever?
Creamy Orc Boys.
Creamy Orc Boys and
but no,
Schrodinger's titty.
Schrodinger's titty is also good.
Okay.
Great.
Paint us a word picture of this fucking carnival, Leanne, please.
Yeah. At this point in the night, you see, like, people leaving the carnival. And people have started packing up the attractions. Basically, like, the jugglers are putting stuff into boxes. You see, like, the odd halfling and stuff, but most of them most of the workers appear to be drow, and appear to be male drow.
Does Zelfine recognize any of them?
Just 1 second. Yeah, you do see one that you recognize. He is got like an undercut hairstyle with like part of it that is left over is in braids, and he's putting stuff into a box. And near him up comes like a real sleazy looking human and kind of leans over at this drow that you know is Nildar. And Nildar just kind of like pulls away slightly, and this guy goes, "So you gonna come home with me, love?" And he goes, "Fuck off." He goes, "That's all you're good for, right? You little sluts." And he goes, "Fuck off."
Gross.
So the sleazy human is saying that to Nildar, and Nildar's the one saying "fuck off."
Yes.
All right, Zelfine's gonna walk over and draw her sword and say, "I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if these large ears of mine heard correctly, he said fuck off."
Roll me an intimidation check.
Oof.
Hell yeah.
Oof.
Good luck.
That's a 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, very good.
This sleazy human just kind of stops and pulls back and goes, right, I don't want any trouble, lady. And he pulls off and walks away. And Nildar kind of looks over and goes, ha, well, it isn't Zelfie. Thanks for the save. That guy's been pestering me all night.
Yeah, well, you can, return the favor for me. I need an audience with you-know-who.
Oh, yes. Give me a second and I'll go talk to the boss. See what... I'm sure he'll make time for you. Gives you a small smile.
Sure.
And he scampers off.
So, Zelfine, before he gets back, can you prep us on what we're walking into? What do you need from us here? Like, what's the plan?
I mean, as far as what I need from you guys, just, like, not much. Don't let him get in your head. He's kind of an asshole. Look, I'll put it this way. He's not as bad as everyone makes him out to be. Like, there's a reason that the Open Lord, who, but by the way, just as a footnote, we'll get into that more later, leader of the city, knows that he's here and lets him stay here. He's definitely working on his own agenda, but it's not necessarily a bad one. He can be sleazy as shit, but, like, I don't know, he's a guy of his word, and, like, that's what we need right now. Me personally, as a person, hate his guts, but I'm just gonna put that aside right now.
I see. But yeah, he's someone we can trust right now. Does he, like, have his own agendas, probably?
I mean, his agendas involve, like, some political nonsense outside of Waterdeep, so
Is there a thing with, like, Drow? Like, is there some fucking other sort of racism that I'm not aware of?
It's complicated.
Okay. Like...
It's very, very complicated.
Can you sum it up?
Okay, so...
Well, we've met Drow before, and, like, I think, Brent, we do know from last time we met Drow that, like, men are, like, a lower caste in Drow society. I think we learned that.
Yeah, basically, like, Dr. Webbs was being kind of commanded around by other female Drow.
Okay.
When you saw him, but would have there been any Drow in Devil's Aegis?
I don't know if there would have been. Potentially people who passed through, but probably not, like, consistently.
Okay. Yeah. So basically your own Brimstone's only interaction then would have been with Dr. Webbs, who was a poor example of Drow society, because that not only was that another world, it was Dr. Webbs, who don't give no fucks.
He's in all of the can of beans.
They're a caste-based society most of the time. Men are subordinate most of the time. And they tend to be distrustful of outsiders, but given that most of them live in the Underdark, where every single outsider is a monster that wants to kill them, some of that is warranted.
Okay.
Also, the Bragenderth that we're dealing with, in this case, they're a group of Drow mercenary who, you know, the long and the short of it said, fuck the matriarchy.
Okay.
And so they just do their own thing.
Okay. I guess last thing before this guy gets back, how, is this like a, keep a hand on a weapon sort of a scenario, or is this a just, relax and, like, are we watching out for daggers in our back?
I would strongly advise against keeping a hand on a weapon, actually.
Yeah, like, keep your eyes open. I honestly don't think it'll be a problem. I will say, though, if it was, that wouldn't necessarily help you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look, I don't expect a lot of problems here. He, for whatever reason, likes me, so we're just gonna try to use that to our advantage. I've dealt with him a few times
like,
before.
we like you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
big O.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully not a uh-oh, but an O indeed.
Let's just twiddle our thumbs until this guy gets back with the boss.
I want to watch this, to be honest.
Yeah, not too long after you finish that conversation, your friend shows back up and goes, "All right, boss is ready to see you." And he leads you further down the dock, past more people that are putting parts of the carnival away, and leads you up to the would it be the gangplank into the ship?
Yeah.
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 Leads you up there onto the dock of the ship, and you can feel like the slight wave of the ocean under your feet as he leads you to a door, and he knocks on it and then opens it and like kind of gestures for you to go in and for him to just stay put.
Yeah. As we are following this guy, Zelphine will just briefly look at them and is like, "One more thing. I'm making a deal with him, obviously. Don't freak out when you hear it. I'll explain later."
Don't like that.
Can I say consent?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to get like the vibe of how many people I get the sense are on this ship.
Okay. So yeah, you definitely smell that there's quite a few drow in the area. Probably about 20 in the immediate vicinity, but you can see there's more further down. You also smell like animals, different kinds.
Like further down? Like, are you saying...
There's some like under your feet, so you think they might be down in the like the bowels of the ship, and then you passed like a tiger on the way in.
Okay, gotcha. All right, yeah, that's it from Brim. He's not going to say anything about that. Just going to keep that in the old dome piece.
All right. So Nildar kind of like stands to the side as you all like walk in. You see this like captain's quarters with like a big mahogany table covered in delicious smelling food. There's like a big turkey in the middle and some like fresh fruit. And in the corner, turns and faces you what looks to be a human with a big floppy hat and like almost no clothes. Smiling goes, "Ah, Zelphine, it is you."
Do you seriously have to wear that nonsense? Like, you get to choose that, don't you?
Yes, I chose to wear it for you today.
Jesus Christ. You put that in the
my
clown
God.
box, Leanne. You put that in the wrong chat.
I did.
A motherfucker.
But it belongs
Honestly,
there.
It belongs there.
It belongs
Fucking
here too.
Zord.
Is that
Oh
is
my
that his
God.
disguise?
That's his disguise.
Yes.
This is...
Holy
Have you
shit.
ever seen the movie Zardos?
Yes.
You know, would you say, just for the benefit of the audience, is this man more clothed or less clothed than Brim was at the start of this campaign?
Less clothed?
Less.
Brim had proper pants on, as I recall.
Brim looks at him and goes, even I have standards.
And he looks like the late great Sean Connery standing in front of you
Yeah.
with long hair.
Oh my God.
Like,
For
do-
the sake of the audience, like, this particular disguise that this character is wearing is not even a reference to, it is one-to-one Zardos Zord, as played by Sean Connery. Little red outfit and all.
It's like a sexy Captain Hook, and I'm upset by that.
He's got, like, fucking bandoliers and some goddamn briefs on, and that's
He
it.
doesn't even have hot pants. They're briefs.
You know, Zelfie, when you said we were going to meet with a contact of yours, this is not what I expected in the slightest.
Honestly, it's what I expected.
You expect
And God, thank God we didn't bring the other guy. He would have had got another heart attack.
He would have fucking fainted right on the floor.
Can we
Guy.
please drop the pretense?
Yeah, we're
Ma chérie, of course. And he takes off the hat, and instead, the whole guise melts away, and instead you see a gray-skinned, bald drow in front of you with an eye patch, covered head to toe in elaborate clothes that are very roguish.
I'm upset that was his disguise choice. He chose
That's
that.
what you.
He chose
Hold on,
that.
He chose that.
Listen, I know this is your thing, but that's how you greet people. That's like your first impression you want to give to anybody who comes into your cabin.
Like I said, most people don't actually know he's here, so Captain Zardus Zord if you gotta, but right now we don't, so Jarlaxle, I need a favor.
And he just, like, sits down at the table and, like, puts his feet up and leans back. Oh, my dear, what can I do for you? It has been so long.
I was gonna say that wasn't on purpose because I've been stuck in a dread plane, but I still wouldn't have been by here if I didn't need it, so, you know.
Oh, you tease and wound my heart, my dear.
Sylvian's just taking a moment to grimace before she continues, and then... Look, I know you know what's going on in the city right now. In fact, you probably know better than we do.
I know quite a bit more than you often. I know quite a bit more than everyone often.
Then you know all about the Blade Brotherhood, then.
They are a very tricky little group, but I do know more about them than they think that I know.
I'm almost certain they've come to visit at least a few times.
They have come knocking at my door. I laughed in their faces.
As you should.
They are a dangerous bunch, and they draw way too much attention to themselves for my liking.
They seem to be growing in popularity in the dock ward, at least.
Yes, they and the Hunter's Claw prey on people's insecurities and turn them against each other.
They've picked a hell of a place to do it.
Place like this could end very badly. I intend to be out of here before things go south. But I was having so much fun watching it all unfold until then.
Well, I can't say much for you personally, but it'll be an honest shame to see the Sea Maiden's Fair roll out. I remember when you all had to disguise as humans when I was a kid. It was nice to see that part at least change.
Yes, it is nice that more people are accepting of drows. They do not all think us so evil anymore. I mean, some of us are, in fact, evil, but, you know.
I mean, like with any group like drow or people like that, there's always, it's always a good spread of, good, bad, gray in the middle.
Of course. Everyone is like that. Every group, every person. Even within the same person, you can have a dichotomy, if you will. My, you are such a large one. Oh, is this your new... No, you wouldn't. No.
I would never betray you that way.
Oh, no, of course not.
Did he? Never mind.
Eamon stifles like a wheeze of laughter.
And yeah, his eyes kind of fall and he goes, you are hanging out with paladins now. My heart, it is wounded.
Well, you're gonna get even more wounded, because I'm actually here for help saving a member of the Watch.
Oh, a member of the Watch? You?
A captain, in fact.
A captain! What has this captain done to get himself in trouble.
Well, you know that Blade Brotherhood I mentioned.
I see. Poking his nose into business he should not. Please, do tell me who this captain is.
Captain Perseverance, and she's gonna kind of look at Eamon to, like, help fill in the rest.
Perseverance Silverton, captain of the City Watch.
Of course, it is dear Captain Silverton got himself in trouble.
To his credit, it wasn't entirely his fault. This time, if I'm understanding his reputation from your laugh.
He is a very nosy individual.
Yep. I've gotten into trouble with Percy more than once.
Nosy and very diligent. I admire him greatly. But he has not caught me in any of my wrongdoings yet, though he has tried.
He's too good to catch, quite frankly. Most of us know that trying to go after Jarlaxle is a waste of time, but you're so good at what you do, that's why we came to you.
Oh, flattery from the paladin. How quaint. You really must be in trouble. He must really be in trouble. So what, you want me to find where the Brotherhood took your captain?
I actually have a fairly sizable request. Because it's gonna involve much more than just, finding him and getting him out this time.
Oh, do go on, my dear.
I mean, obviously we do need to find and to rescue, but beyond that, the Blade Brotherhood's not just going away until, they can be dealt with, so we need some eyes and ears to help make sure that, we can exist in the city safely until that can happen. And, your crew has some of the best in the city, if not the best.
Might you flatter me? But flattery will not reduce the cost. This is an expensive endeavor, even for someone whom would get a bit of a discount being someone I care for. Can you afford to have my workers follow you and keep an eye out for so long?
I mean, as much as I could barter for this being in your best interests, keeping in good old Laryl Silverhand's good graces, but no, I've come prepared to pay.
Oh.
With what money exactly?
Eamon, shut up. And she'll look back at Jarlaxle. If you head into the City of the Dead, there is a mausoleum, good little ways in, not a lot of decoration. The name on it that you're looking for is Yinward the Imprudent. If you knock on the door, there is in fact a geist there of dear old Yinward, with some very clear instructions. All you've got to do is ask and not be me. And you'll find 25,000 gold dragons waiting for you. That should be more than enough.
He, snaps his fingers at this point, and, from the shadows, somewhere that you didn't even see, out comes another drow. And he, leans up and whispers, and then the other drow, vanishes in a puff. And goes, "We shall see. Once the money is collected, then, yes, I feel like this is most of it. Though I would ask that one more thing should probably be added. How about
I
a
have another-
kiss?"
I have another 500 platinum pieces right here. No, wait, 300.
Oh.
Eamon, you don't need to sandbag it. He just asked for a kiss. Like, what are we, 5? Just have something smooch him and we'll move on.
What?
Zelphine glares at Brimstone, but then she'll look at Jarlaxle and say, throw in a lockpick and you got a deal.
Oh my goodness.
This sounds like a good trade, yes?
I mean, just so we're clear, I don't know when we're going to be safe from the Brotherhood, so it's an indeterminate amount of time that I need you guys, but still, 25,000.
It's a good sum, yes. Then he, gets up and walks over and kind of leans right into your face and goes, "It is a good price. On top of all this, though, I feel like..." And he pulls something out of his bag. It's a small, marble. "It would make my job so much easier if you also carried this on you."
Is this another goddamn talking rock?
It is not a talking rock, but it will allow me to keep tabs on you wherever you are. As long as you don't keep it in your little bag of holding I see you have. Keep that on your person, not in the bag, and I will be able to find you.
This is gonna go straight to your head, I know it is, but I also feel better having this, and she'll take it.
Very well. While we wait for my assistant to return, how about that kiss, darling?
How about I make sure this deal's going through first?
He
Riley,
pulls
cover your
back
eyes.
and sits down at his at the table again and goes, "All right, everybody can sit and eat until we arrive with the gold. I will not make such promises until I have counted that fair amount of money."
So you, and I guess Brim will sit down to eat, first inspecting the food.
Yep.
Don't worry,
Okay.
I prepared neutralized poison.
So you heard a little bit about the this other group as well, yeah?
The Hunter's Claw, as they say.
From up north, I hear.
Yes. I heard they have some kind of keep up there.
You just heard, so you haven't had the pleasure.
Why would I go somewhere like that? Somebody like me would probably get assaulted. Not that they would win, but
I was just going to say.
I'd rather stick my nose out of trouble like that.
I'm sure they haven't been, then they don't have a presence in the dock ward, but I'm sure they haven't been easy to deal with either.
They are frustrating. Had some come and torment some of my boys the other night. Called them spider-loving fuckers, I think the terms were. I kicked them into the river.
My grandmother, always said, oh yeah, and a point of order, Brimstone is not eating anything yet. He's just kind of shuffling around stuff. My grandmother always said that the tongues of people like that are only good for use in the occasional comprehend languages draft.
I think I would enjoy your grandmother.
She was around for a long time. We lived far, far north, farther than that keep, I think. But I think there's something about you she would find amusing as well.
I don't much care for the matriarchy, but people up here tend to be a little kinder. So perhaps, yes, I would like
Up
that.
here. I think it's called the Underdark?
Yes, I spent many years there in my youth. It's a terrible
Is that the
place,
name?
don't go. It's much nicer up here.
Yeah, it fucking sucks.
Have you ever...
I only had to go once to know that.
It's very dangerous, and illithids are not to be crossed.
Don't I know it?
Apparently, they have great marshmallows, though.
Oh, yes, the marshmallows are to die for. You know, I always send someone in to sneak me out some.
You know that illithids, in order to make sounds in any common tongue, they have to take one of their tentacles and shove it into their throat and act like a surrogate tongue?
Yes, it's
Oh.
horrific.
Yeah, one of them showed me once. It's not comfortable for them either, apparently.
Zelphine, who had started eating some of the fruit at the table, just kind of looks at Brim like, what is wrong with you?
If you're trying to put me on edge, boy, it will not work.
Listen, these are the only conversation topics I have.
Such company you find yourself with, my dear Zelphine.
Are
Not
you really
invited.
that surprised?
No, not at all. It's very
We're not invited
you.
to dinner. We're not invited to dinner parties a lot, if you can't tell.
I mean, I made friends with you somehow.
Yeah, and his like eyes fall on Riley, and he kind of like looks at her for a bit and goes, "So, you keeping this one away from the Brotherhood? Is that part of why you're here too?"
In large part, yeah. We've got kind of a big target on us, I guess you know.
Seems that way. Word I've heard is that they are indeed looking for this one.
Heard any idea of why?
He kind of stops and like shuffles in place and is contemplating something for a second. Goes, "I think that will cost extra."
Like, what do you mean extra?
That is information I do not wish to part with so easily.
But we at least know that you have it now, so noted.
Okay.
As I said, I know many things, but information is part of my business. I can't always give it all away.
That's fair. It is my life, though, but fair.
Oh, you would owe me quite a favor or quite a sum for this information, my dear.
You'd be surprised how many strings we'll be able to pull.
Riley actually kind of looks at Zelphine, being like, would it be worth it?
Delphine will just kind of raise an eyebrow as like, well, that was the only secret hoard of gold that I had. And I think I've bartered and everything else enough for tonight. We'll
Okay.
we'll put a pin in that one, why don't we?
I have 2 pennies and a ball of yarn.
See if his help lets me survive. See if his help lets me survive this time, and then we'll talk.
Yeah.
Very well.
All right, then keep your secrets.
All right, fuck your secrets.
Yeah, and it's at this point where there's another puff of smoke, and the drow comes back in, and Jarlaxle gets up, and they kind of go to the corner and start like going through this bag. It takes a couple of minutes, but eventually he like gives a nod, takes the money, walks over to a big chest, opens it up, throws it in, and walks back and goes, "It seems like everything is in fact in order. Here, my dear," and like sleight of hand magic trick almost, in his hand appears some thief tools for you, my darling.
It has a decal that says "I heart Jalaxel" on
Oh, 100%. Like, it has that, and then, like, on the box is, like, a chibi version of Jarlaxle's face winking
Yes.
with, like, a little heart.
Yes.
Exactly.
Patent it. Patent
I
it,
guess,
wizards.
I mean, you are also getting a little bit of brand rep out of this deal, to be fair.
Brand rep? I would certainly hope not. Do not go
kinda-
crying to the streets that you are being followed by drow spies. Do you not think that would be missing the point of the operation?
Oh, I was just talking about the Thieves' Tools. I mean, you know, this lock has been picked by someone sponsored by Jarlaxle Benray.
To be fair, I don't really plan on announcing when I use these things. I think it's just for my benefit.
Yeah.
Of course. I do not intend for you to leave little notes saying, oh, I've stolen by someone using the tools of Jarlaxle. No.
She'll just roll her eyes and stash it away in her bag.
Very well.
Well, if we're done here...
We are done here. And he, like, leans, like, in a little bit and goes, almost.
Zelphane's gonna lean in real close. And then she's gonna whisper, for old time's sake, will you at least tell me if it's something we need to be scared of?
He gives you a wicked smile and goes, oh, you should be very afraid, my dear. And he pulls back and goes, change my mind, I don't really want the kiss. Go, have fun.
Your breath stinks like mushrooms anyway.
Dude, we just got pranked.
My slippery serpent, please, that you wound me so badly. I do hope to see you again.
I am unfortunately sure of it. And then Zelphine will head out.
Eamon gives the finger guns as they leave.
He, like, reacts like he's been shot and goes, oh!
I'll have to come back sometime and swap some more stories of the people I've met on my travels.
We're not coming back.
Eamon, look at me in the eyes and try and tell me that again. One way or another, we're going to end up back in this office.
Yeah.
The price will increase next time for my services. Keep that in
Okay.
mind.
Zelphine snatches an
you.
apple on the way out. Yeah.
Riley does a little wave. Bye.
You
just
stay
gonna walk
safe,
out
my
now.
dear. And
Mm.
for all our sakes. And he closes the door as you all exit.
Don't like that. Not a fan of that.
Well, we just gave 25,000 gold pieces to a group of assassins and spies.
And they're about to help us out, so...
Better.
Feels good, man.
All right, time to go rescue this blue boy.
Yep. Let's.
I think I
What's
have an
the
idea.
plan? Yeah. We need a plan.
Brim's going to
Well-
pull out the porcelain mask again. The Blade Brotherhood is always recruiting, right?
Oh no, you're not. No.
Well, we just spent a large amount of money on some help and information, so let's wait and see what the Drow have before we do anything wild.
I'm just saying, like, that's the one plan I've got right now.
It's
Yeah,
a plan, but I'm not a fan.
We know where to find some Blade Brothers, or at least the lower ranking ones, but we right now need to focus on where they're keeping Percy. So we need to find where some of the higher ranking ones are, potentially.
Maybe we
How
can
about-
get someone to scry for Percy.
Yeah, and at
Well-
this point in the night, you know it's most places that would provide scrying services are closed for the night. In fact, most
Well-
places other than, like, bars are closed for the night right now.
Well, do we have... I think we said on purpose that we grabbed something of his. I said that I grabbed something of his in
You
his house. I
did.
can't
You
remember
grab,
what
like,
it
a
was.
fork.
A commonly used item by Percy.
Well,
Yeah, I went with
Let's-
something that was used recently.
let's see if we can't maybe pick up a trail. Because, like, I'm not going to be
Yeah.
able... I'm sure wherever they're keeping him is not anywhere on the streets. That would be dumb. But, like, if we could keep up, maybe get an idea of where they might be keeping him, maybe we can narrow it down to a ward.
All right, let's do it.
I mean, we do also have, assumedly, Drow on their way to find him right now, too, so...
I don't know. I just worry because the longer he's going to be there, the more,
I mean, that's
Yeah.
fair. We can.
I don't
we
think
can do
I don't think that we lose anything by looking for information while the Drow are also looking for information.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
All right. Should we split up or stick together?
I think
Definitely
stick together.
Sticking together, yeah. Like freaking glue.
Gotcha.
Well, we need to head back to Percy's place anyway. Why don't we go and see if we can check up on Estelle as well? Because she might...
Right.
I don't know if it's too late at night, or what do you think?
Well, I mean, her house burned down, so...
The watch has probably got her put up somewhere in the trades ward. Maybe at one of their stations, so...
Probably.
If
That might be a
nothing
thing
else,
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather
Alright,
go
we
now,
can
if it's
we can do
okay.
some searching for now, like you said. We do need to stick to the main roads and I know time is of the essence, but resting it at some point.
Mhm.
If we don't
What were you
find
saying, Emmons?
anything.
I'd rather go to Estelle now,
Mhm.
but I understand.
Well,
At least we can... Go ahead.
Let's do it this way then, since we're waiting on information. The Drow can work more through the night than we can. So, how about we do the searching that we said we were going to do as we pass through the dock ward? We can cut through part of the southern ward, get a little bit more range on his nose, and then by then we'll hit the trades ward and we can see what we need to find out there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And I chugged a 5-hour energy drink. I'm good to go.
I'm a little too wound up to sleep right now.
Yeah,
I mean,
me too. I don't think I'll be able
that's-
to sleep.
that's fair, but just for the sake of us being able to face whatever we're about to, we should at least try to rest at some point. The Drow are
Yeah.
nothing if not efficient. If there's anything in the city to find, I'm sure by morning we'll know.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay. So I would like to, as we're walking back, I would like to expend a use of Sanguine Scent and also a hit dice to track the, to use the fork, Percy's fork, to try and see if I can pick up his scent.
Use the force.
Yeah.
Use the fork.
And the range of my tracking ability becomes 5 miles. That doesn't mean I can smell him within 5 miles. It just means I can track him if he's been in the air, like within the 5 mile vicinity. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how big Waterdeep is, because it's pretty big.
It's big.
Yeah.
Let me
Shit's
see. I
big,
looked it
dude.
up at one point, but I only remember the time it takes, not the actual size.
Yeah, and the map I have doesn't have
Right, the squares.
The squares.
Excuse me. Yeah, it's
From the
big.
lower to the upper is what, an hour and a half.
Okay,
Going by
so after a cursory Google, it is a little under 4 miles all the way from north to south, and then about 1.5 miles east to west.
Okay.
Mamma mia.
So Brimstone can definitely cover the whole thing with his Sanguine Scent.
Yeah.
Well, that just means that I don't lose the trail within the city. I still have to pick up the trail. It's just a situation of if he's still somewhere in the city, I should be able to pick up something on the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Is he at least in the city?
Well, from where you are in the dock ward, you don't pick up anything.
Okay.
Oh, does it count for underground as well? Probably not.
I think that there's an element to which if he's underground, I can't smell through solid stone. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It's it would only work on things that are in houses above ground, and also I'm sure the fact that I think it's the southern wards. No, it's the northern ward. It stinks to high heaven.
Yeah, the field
Yeah.
ward up there.
Yeah, and
Word.
that definitely messes
Yeah.
with stuff. Here, you're mostly picking up
Bunch
the
of weed.
smell of fish and sea air, and booze. Lots of booze.
Lots of boobs.
Booze. But also
Yeah.
boobs. You
But also boobs.
taking a quick look, you do see the occasional man and woman of the night on the corner.
Couple strumpets.
Yeah, and
Couple
Brimstone's
strumpets.
ability to detect stuff that isn't Percy right now is hindered because he's focusing on Percy. So like, he probably would just get a lot of that in passing, and it would just more interfere with what he's trying to smell than anything else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's going to keep that up as we move towards the trade board.
Mm-hmm. And, sorry, how long can you keep this up for?
Let me check. Hold on. Because the normal range is 10 minutes. I think it might still be just 10 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. So, by the time you're, up in the trades ward, it's been about 10 minutes.
Okay. I will expend my last sanguine scent in the trade ward to see if I can't. Well, no, not my last sanguine scent. I'll expend a sanguine scent and a hit dice. I can do that 3 more times, so I'm probably just going to expend all 3 additional uses I have to just do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah, through the trades ward, you mostly just smell, the remains of smoke on the air.
I'd like to find where Estelle is.
So, yeah, roll me, I guess. She gave you the address, actually.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, you could follow the note to the for the address, and you find what looks to be a burnt out shop. It's kind of, the fire has spread to the nearby areas, but it seems to have been mostly contained. But the shop itself is just dust, and you see the sign that says Hat Trick, kind of half scorched and bent off the wall. But you don't see anybody nearby. It's so late at this point that the trade ward is mostly closed up.
Riley's kind of shaken slightly.
Yeah, and Riley, looking at this, you get the immediate flashback of the shop that you used to work in. Especially looking at it now, there's the flames seem to be coming from the inside out.
Okay. Riley's gonna run in, just not even thinking. She's gonna fucking run in there, and then she's gonna investigate that shit.
Yeah, roll me an investigation check.
Okay. Meow.
Riley,
She doesn't even say anything. She just runs in. That's a 15.
Okay, yeah. With a 15, looking around, this definitely looks very similar to how the shop that you worked in, quote unquote, was a slave in, ended up looking afterwards. The scorch marks are definitely arcane in nature and spread out from a point inside. And through your investigation, you notice, carved into one wall, the symbol that is on Brim's shoulder. The mark of the Hunter's Claw. But looking at it, it seems to have been carved in afterwards, because it's on top of the burnt wood. And if it was carved there beforehand, it would have been, obliterated.
Yeah, for sure. Riley's just kind of stunned, silent.
Brim is going to walk up to Riley and probably sees her looking at that symbol.
I don't think it was them. I think they're being blamed for this, but fuck, it doesn't surprise me if they would, but this has happened before, and it was not them.
Brim is going to be silent for a moment. And then he's going to scream and just start. If it's like just a bit of weight, he's just going to start punching at it and to just destroy it.
Brimstone, it's not. What are you doing?
He's not going to say anything. He after he's done, he just sits there looking at it.
Yeah. And as you do, like, finish and you're, like, catch your breath for a second, you hear a voice from outside the shop goes, "Oh my, we have someone who absolutely hates the Hunter's Claw too? How wonderful!"
Is that Charlie?
No.
Oh.
You take it, like, as you, like, all turn to look at the source of this voice, it's like a pale lavender-skinned tiefling with white hair that's long and tied back, with a purple streak in her hair. She's got a wide smile on her face, and she, like, locks eyes with you, Riley, and you go cold looking at
Does
this
she have
woman.
a scar?
No.
Riley is just shocked and just
Hello,
breathes out.
Riley. It's been so long, honey.
Marigold.
Hi.
What's
I
going
thought
on?
I thought you were dead.
No, silly. I escaped. I thought you were dead. I thought, oh, with everything burned so hot and so badly.
I'd like to roll an insight check.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah, this is this woman is clear. This is a piece of work right here. You know that she is, like, hiding venom behind her voice. She is smiling, but she is just, there's something way off about this woman.
Riley? Well, you should ask her a question only Marigold would know the answer to.
To our family. What were their names? The ones who died in the fire. If you don't remember, Leanne, I can tell you.
Yeah, please.
It was
I just had a
Basil and Chris-
panic moment, like, she would know this.
She would know. Basil and Crystal.
Yeah, she just smiled. Oh, Basil and Crystal, I know they didn't make it out. I looked so long for them.
They burned to Crystal. Well, I don't know. I ran away. Where? How? Riley's just kind of crying at this point, and just.
Oh, Riley,
honest, she
come
goes-
here. Come here. And she, like, has
Don't
her arms
move,
wide open.
Riley.
Delphine will mom arm her like heck if she tries to go forward.
Riley was about to just go in for the hug, but then she stopped and goes, "But
Now, that's not very nice. Interrupting a reunion between such good friends.
You're with the Brotherhood, aren't you?
Marigold, no.
Of course I'm with the Brotherhood.
Marigold, no.
And they very much would like to have you back. They are the ones that told me you were alive.
Oh, Mary, those are bad people. You don't want to be a part of that.
Did
Come
you
on,
do this?
join us. Join us, and we can make it all right again. We could be a family again.
How about you come back with me and we can be a family again? Oh, Riley, I've missed
Did
you
you do
so
this?
much. And he,
Did you do this?
what are you talking about?
Brimstone looks at her and he is furious. Did you set this fire?
No, of course not. Clearly the Hunter's Claw did it. Their mark was here.
Right, check.
Yeah, go
I
for
would
it.
also like to insight check.
16.
Son of a bitch.
I saw that one.
I also got a. I
Wait,
also
How
got a
big that is
wait.
on a nat 1?
Yeah.
Better
big
idea.
time.
I cast,
No. I got a 16 on my insight.
I cast Zone of Truth.
Holy shit, though. Nat 20 on my insight check. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah. With Riley
Fucking
with a
good.
nat 20, she burned this fucking place to the ground, and it clicks in your head that she probably burnt your place to the ground, too.
Do I get the sense with the 16 of the same?
With a 16, you think something's up, but you do not get that immediate connection of course she fucking did.
Marigold kind of sus, though. Okay. But Riley just kind of backs up and shakes her head, completely horrified.
Did she do this, Riley?
It was you. This whole time? It was you? You set that fire? You killed our family. Why did you do that?
She tilts her head slightly and goes, I didn't want to be a slave anymore. It was the only way out. It's the only way out, Riley.
Escape! We could have run away with everyone.
Could we? No. She would have found us. She would have found us and taken us back. I made sure that didn't happen. She's dead now.
Along with the rest of your family.
Sacrifices must be made.
Run away together.
No. Sacrifices get made. They don't have to be made.
My, I thought this was going to be easy. Well then, I think it's time that you come back with me, Riley. Or else I will take you by force.
If you put one hand on my friend, I will cut it off.
She does a quick flip of her wrist and a spark of fire ignites in her hand and goes, oh, I'd like to see you try. And I think
Go
that's
ahead,
where
burn me. I've been burnt before.
And I think that's where we're going to end it for tonight. Because we're almost at 2 hours.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Fuck!
So this episode is called Family Reunion.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh!
Hell yeah!
So thank you all for playing.
Julianne! Chef kiss. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Beautiful.
It's so good.
Did you
Yeah.
have this? Did you know this, Katie?
I wrote it.
Okay. Of course
Bitch, I
you
wrote
did.
this shit.
Katie's been waiting for this.
I have been.
You've been just so far away from Marigold for so long. I'm like, okay, how am I going to get her? Yep, she's definitely going to be in the
Yeah.
Brotherhood, first of all.
Oh,
yeah. First off.
Second of all, she's definitely trying to get people involved in the Brotherhood by tricking them into thinking the Hunter's Claw is burning their places to the ground.
Oh, Def.
Anyways,
See that bitch.
thanks
Oh, I'm
everyone.
so
See that? Yeah, thank you.
Everyone.
Yeah,
Thank you.
bye.